answer, and we're done. Many times people come to me and they say, Rabbi, I learned a lot of mussar. Mussar means ethic. Mesilat Yesharim, Orchot Tzadikim, Pele Yoetz. I learned a lot of mussar. I even learned Masechet Gehenom. Everything that happened to the wicked people in Gehenom, in hell. The whole Reshit Chochmah I learned. It helped for a week, and I go right back to the lousy person I used to be, right away. 1 week it works, and then I go down again. What is going to be the solution? Why the mussar doesn't help? That's the question a lot of people ask. The answer, many people do not know how to learn mussar. They learn the mussar like they learn newspaper, like they learn math and history. Mussar, it's not something that you gain knowledge in. That's not how you learn mussar. When you learn mussar, right away you begin to practice. It's not a regular shiur. You came, you learn Gemara, now you understand the Gemara and you go to sleep. No. Mussar, it's like you came to the doctor and he gives you exercise how to fix your back or your spine or whatever you have. And it comes with treatment. Whatever knowledge you gain by the doctor, it's worthless if it's not beginning with actions immediately. Right away, pharmacy, antibiotics, practice, running, cold shower, I don't know, whatever the doctor say. It comes with follow-up. Therefore, if a person wants to work on his issues, he has to focus on that for a period of time. He learns a lot about this subject. Don't jump from one to another. One day learn about this, the next day about this, the next day about that. Nothing comes out of it. You focus on one subject. This is my main problem in life. What is your problem? Women. That's my biggest problem in life. I get up early, I go to shul, I go to the mikveh, I learn few days, I'm honest in the business, I give a lot of tzedakah, I keep holiday, I keep Shabbat, I put tefillin, I have the best mezuzot in my house is full of guests, I'm a good father, everything is good. What's the problem? I can't watch my eyes. Destroys me. Take all the holiness away, especially in the summertime. No, how is a person fighting with this disease? It's a big problem. It takes away all the holiness. So a person focus on mussar in this subject. This, all the time. This, until it breaks the Yetzer Hara. You understand? The same thing by chiropractor. You come to a chiropractor, he say lay on the bed, he goes like this, like that, like this, like that. All these tricks that they have. He shows you what it does to the spine. So when the chiropractor did it, usually takes 5 minutes, the treatment. That's it. How long? For the first time. You already right away feel a relief. The nerve that was pressing on your spine, on the nerve that was pressing on in the back, right away, when he did it like this, wow, you have about a minute or two of relief. Wow, you get up. It's not so painful anymore. But half an hour later, it comes right back. That's all baloney, it's a trick. Not true. Why? Because the way they do it, they keep repeating until the spine gets a new shape. It goes back to the way it was supposed to be. It moved over the years. Slowly, it gets the spine used to turn around. That's it. All he needs is to turn it up by 1/2 inch. That the nerve won't touch. That's it. The disc, the nerve. Finished. Once he does that, all the suffering, the pain, you cannot get up from the chair, you walk with the cane, all of this is gone. But it doesn't happen right away. It's a constant follow-up, again and again and again and again until it gets fixed. This is the secret of mussar. It doesn't affect you right away in one day. It has to be months. But every day, serious, tapes about the subject. You address the subject. This is a war. You put all your weapon against this. And then you move to the next one and to the next one. After a few years, you don't recognize it. And how do you know if you really succeeded? Your wife is your mirror. If after a few months or few years, one day your wife is going to come to you and say, you know what, Moshe? You're a whole different person. I'm so proud of you. Last time you yelled at me was instead of every minute, now it's last time you yelled at me was 3 hours ago. 3 hours without a scream. You're making a huge progress. Then you know you're in the right way. Instead of every 2-3 minutes, now it's every 3 hours. Give it another week or two, it will be every 3 days. Give it another few weeks, it's going to be every 3 months. Few more weeks, every few years. No, every few years, in one time you get angry, maybe Hashem will close his eyes. One incident for a few years, fine. Even that, it's too much. But Hashem understands who he's dealing with. But this is it. This is the only way to fix yourself. But the way to know, the way to succeed by fixing your character, your traits, is first to understand how horrible it is in the eyes of Hashem to have these horrible midot. That's the first key, the first thing to succeed. First to understand how sick you are. If you don't understand the level of your sickness, you will never address it seriously. You only address it when you finally understand that you are mentally sick. You want to be the head of everywhere. You want to put everyone down. You want everyone to bow down to you. You want to control. You're a dictator. You're megalomaniac. What? You crazy. And until you realize who you are, once you realize who you are, next level is to become sad and upset about it. Wow. How did I get so low? It breaks your heart. Sometimes you even cry. And then when you're so low, you begin the recovery. If you don't get to that level, you're never going to recover. Never. Why? Because in your mind is not so bad. Same thing in Shlom Bayit. Peace in a family between husbands and wife. The only way to fix it is to educate the husband. Usually it's the husband, but sometimes the wife as well. To educate the husband about how big of crime is his behaving. For him to understand what a criminal he is by putting his wife down and calling her names and insulting her and not helping her and not appreciating her and telling her all kinds of words and keeping her at home all day upset and depressed. And then he begins to understand that it ruins his life, it ruins his blessing, it ruins his parnasah. He doesn't make half of what he used to make. And it's affecting the whole house, and then it affects his children later on, and it breaks everything in his family, and it's all because of him. And in the end, to make him understand that that's not going to go away like that. He's going to have to pay for every insult, for every violence, for every disrespect, for every time he puts her down. Everything in the end he will have to pay. Nothing goes away like this. Hashem judge a person for every little peep that he made, for good and for bad.